everybody. Sunday morning. Let's take this lead off of you, boy. Yeah, you're free now. You're free. You are free, buddy. Yes, you are free. Hey, you better not jump too much. People are going to be really mad because I've gotten so many comments of people, oh, don't let your dog jump. Like, how do I stop my dog from jumping? Do I just not let him jump? Or do I not film them jumping so that you get the perception that he's not jumping? Hmm, I don't know. Either way, I don't know exactly how to stop my dog from jumping and hurting their. I mean, is he causing damage by me not correcting him whenever he's jumping? Just, correcting your dog while he's jumping, you're causing damage? Is that how this is being painted? uh, I'm telling you, that's a lot of cool things that you can get from people, and then there's a lot of like things that people just see and they just kind of prejudge. All the reason why we like to stream, we like to show you guys. So I got into a little bit of a back and forth with someone earlier this morning, and I asked them to meet me at 8 o'clock. Meet me at 8 o'clock so we can show you what's going on here. So the nice thing about these live streams is it fills in the gaps from our videos. We have tons of little bitty short videos, and the dogs are just doing themselves, but you only see a portion of that. You're not seeing the whole full picture. And so it's nice to kind of come in and go one-on-one and see exactly what these dogs, how they live and how they interact and how they deal with situations. So we're gonna just work. I'm kind of wasting a little time. I know there's several people that were promising to be on stream with us today. So hopefully they show up and ask questions and interact with the puppies. He's been on my mind a lot lately, and not for a good reason. This Cane Corso has been marking like crazy. He's a year and a half. He's not fixed, and he's in a habit. I go right ahead, buddy. But guess what? I'm alpha of the house, which means that you don't get to mark in my house. You hear that, Rain? Rain, you've been marking. You've been a bad boy. Tell everybody in the world that you've been a bad boy, and you've been marking inside the house as if it's your territory. Yeah, and the other two, unfortunately, just have to deal with it. Poor little Missy has to walk in pee-pee sometimes. Isn't that bad? You don't like that, do you? I don't like that either, Missy. We don't want to walk around in pee-pee. We don't want to walk around in pee-pee. Storm, this is my 3-year-old Wattweiler. Oh my God, my microphone's going all kinds of crazy. I don't know if y'all even heard me that whole time. Hopefully so. But if you didn't hear me, I've been saying he's been on my little bad list. That Cane Corso, he's a bundle of joy. He's a lot of fun, a lot of energy, but he's a male and he's intact. And males that are intact like to mark their territory. So he's been marking territory everywhere we go, which again, when we're walking in the neighborhood or whatever, that's cool. I'm not gonna argue with it. You mark all you want, buddy. Pee to your heart's content. Pee, pee, pee. I'm not gonna say anything. Hey, I'll accommodate it. I'll stop and let you just mark away. I'm sure he's gonna mark in a minute. Or he may not. He may think I'm mad at him. So let me, I've been kind of making fun of him marking inside the house, but let me be serious actually for a minute and kind of talk about why I think that he's not getting the message. And then you guys, I know there's a lot of cool people out there that worked with Cane Corsos and big dogs in general. And maybe if you have some advice to give me, I am open to any and all advice. We've made it, 12 years with, almost 12 years with Homegirl and did very, very well. And honestly though, she was kind of a little bit of a territorial dog too. And we had issues with her marking, but it was generally not by herself. When it was just us and her as a small family, and that's when both of my kids were still at home. Um, this little girl was just fantastic. She still is a fantastic dog. We love her. Her name is Missy, by the way. If you're new and her name is Missy. Oh, hey dogs. I'll finish my story. Finish my story so that you guys can get that. But anyway, she's just such a fantastic dog. And Rain, morning. Come here, Rain. He's running around in the sprinklers. But yeah, she was just a fantastic little dog. Whoop. I'll get him. How you doing? I put up a yeah yeah. I'm okay too. I'm okay with it as well. But yeah, I, I put up a little bit of a fence so that I put up a little fence so that he's not so close to y'all's. Yeah, because it sounded like Patrick said he nipped at him while he put his head close to the fence. What's that? Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, well, we tried to do a little something to help out. All right, guys. What? I'm gonna try to take him back over there. Yeah. Come on, back over there. Back over there. Let's go. They want to play, guys. I love it. I love it. Look at you, boy. Look at you go. I got you filmed. Yeah. Okay. Hey, we had enough. That's enough. Now go play. Go over there and let's play. Back over there. Over here. Let's go. Storm's pretty good. She's like, I'll follow your lead, Dad. Oh, back. Let's go. Come on. Back over there. Back over there. Come on, Storm. Let's go, buddy. Storm is so good. She's so obedient. I love her. So you can see one of my neighbors is cool with the dogs playing and the other one is not. Either way, I'm trying to be careful because I don't know if you heard me talk about the neighbor said that he nipped at him through the fence. And so you got to be careful because people will set your dogs up for failure. And if you have like city ordinance or anything that prevents dogs from, if your dog has attacked somebody or bit someone unprovoked, they can be labeled as a dangerous dog. And if they're labeled as a dangerous dog, there's all kinds of restrictions they can put on you. You know, they can limit you to one dog. You have to pay money every year. Like they can cause lots of problems. So, Drax, man, what's up? Good to see you again. I'm glad you came back. Yeah, you were probably saw us last night struggling with the sun going down and the mosquitoes and the. So thanks for showing up again this morning. I was in the middle of two stories like I normally am, and I was trying to finish up a story with her peeing and him peeing, but I'm converting over to talk about dangerous dogs because it's you got to be careful with having big dogs and how people perceive your dogs because if you are not careful, you get your dog labeled as a dangerous dog, and especially where I live in Texas, and you have a bunch of restrictions placed on you. And literally, if they don't like your dogs, can manufacture situations to get rid of your dog legally. So you have to be careful, and that's why I mentioned to her that we put I don't know if you saw that, but along that fence line, I put cattle panel. I leaned it a bit, so it's still open, but put cattle panel up against my big fence, And the reason being is that when my neighbor told me yesterday, not yesterday, I'm sorry, it was like two streams away ago, he was like, "Oh, your Connie Corso nipped at me and bit me through," like, he didn't say bit, he said nip, I think is the word he used. Nipped at my head because I had my earbuds in, which, think about that, guys. Go back to that video and watch. I think I have him kind of basically barking at him. It's loud, it's aggressive, right? But apparently my neighbor had his earbuds in his ear, and he leaned his head through the fence and he nipped at his head. I don't know how you cannot, and then the lady I just talked to, I guess his wife, just confirmed that that actually did happen. So I'm not sure why in the world you would put your head next to a barking, aggressive, not aggressive, my dog's not aggressive, I don't even want to put that word in there. But when he's in protection mode, it sounds aggressive. Why would you put your head next to the fence line? Why would you do that? And then, unless you are trying it, unless there's a reason you're doing it, right? Unless you're trying to get my dog labeled as a dangerous dog, and now you have justification for putting me through the hoops. And it's kind of the dark side of having big dogs is, you know, not everyone's happy. I'm glad to interact with you guys. I hate that we're having internet trouble again today. I'm not sure why. Oh, I think it's because I'm on Wi-Fi. Let me take my Wi-Fi off. Sorry, guys. Hey, guys, let me know if that's better because I think me trying to stream through Wi-Fi is messing up my connection. So, but anyways, labeling getting your dog labeled as a dangerous dog, particularly here in this county in this part of the United States, can mean trouble for you. So be careful with that. Make sure you protect your dogs from people. And that brings me to another point. Besides the P and Missy, I'm going back to that. I promise you, unless you guys start chiming in. But I was talking to someone online. The conversation is kind of on my long video call. Big dogs, they're not what people think, or not. They're not what you think, or whatever. So if you kind of go through one of those streams of messages, one guy's like, "What's going to happen if an 8-year-old or a little kid goes after a ball into your yard? What are you going to do then?" You know, it sounds a little accusatory, but I try not to assume people's to intentions when they write, because you never know if they mean you well or if they're just trying to get themselves noticed. Because I've noticed that too. People will tend to will say things, and they're not saying things because they're concerned about you and your dogs. They're concerned about getting themselves noticed, and getting themselves out in public. And so they'll pick a fight with me about mundane things or things that don't have much of a. Come on, guys, move, move, move. They'll pick a fight with me about mundane things or things that there's nothing to fight about, just so they can get the notoriety. And look, cool. I understand how this game goes. I understand how people trying to, build their channels, and you can argue that some of my videos have been a little bit more inflammatory based on, thank you, girl. You see, that's a good girl. She saw that I stopped her.
Stop.
Both of them kind of. The wifey's joining the stream. And so he was talking about what happens if a little kid comes in, gets a ball, tries to get a ball in your yard. What are you going to do then? And I'm like, hey, I'm glad you asked. Why don't you come join go look at some of my live streams where I show you my entire fenced-in backyard with a 5-foot fence that my dogs don't even attempt to jump over. And so he or she, they text back, or they message me back within a matter of like minutes. So they clearly didn't watch no, because they're not there to necessarily learn or sympathize with my situation. They're there to kind of just make something up. But so they're circling mom right now. That's why they're doing it. But clearly, within you're not able to see my backyard nor see how they interact in my backyard in 15 minutes. But you are able to keyboard type back in a few seconds, denying that I have my dogs in a controlled space where they are safe and other people are safe.
Well, and the fence
So
is so high that it would be very difficult for the dogs can't jump over the fence, but it'd be difficult for a kid to get in the yard. But people like to pick fights.
yeah, so And again, like I said,
So good morning, y'all, or good evening, depending on where you're at in the world.
hey, that's wifey joining the stream, everybody. So Sharky, oh cute. Hey Sharky. And Draxman is back, by the way. And Joanne Simpson says, "Hi, you've got Tourette's for reals, or are you just saying something?"
They stink.
But anyways, you can't tell within 10 minutes or so of watching. I don't know what they did, but they were really interested in engaging me about this situation with protection of other people coming onto my property, because they're bigger dogs and they could hurt a child if a child did get into the fence. But as my wife was saying, what child do you know can jump over a 5 foot, what is that, 5 feet, babe? It's a 5 foot fence, right?
It's over 5 feet.
Over 5 feet fence. And obviously they're trying to manufacture a situation that makes us have to defend ourselves or whatever the issue is. And but again, I'll show you that fence. That was one of the first things we did when we moved into this place. First we had a temporary fence. So there's an inner fence there,
Sure, we don't
and we had like a T-post that we put up within a day. And then we built the larger fence around the entire property. So they can't really, and my dogs are really good. You say, well, that dog can clearly jump over there. They probably could. I think if he really tried and was interested, I think giving it enough effort, he could probably clear that fence. But the thing about it is that he does not attempt to do that at all. Neither one of those dogs they respect the fence for some reason. And so yeah, we've kind of trained them to stay within the yard, and they abide by it. Even when people are walking their dogs or walking by. Now, the nice thing about this property is that it's kind of a piece away from the street, so it's still a good, a fair amount of space between us and the people that are walking by. But they just don't do it. They don't go beyond that. So we're pretty happy about that.
I said we try to exhibit in our communication, and I'm hoping it's evident in the videos that we are about responsible dog ownership. So if we have family, friends visiting, things like that, we have people coming to work on things at the house, we are very intentional.
What do you got, Stormy?
I don't know what she has.
Is that a bird's nest?
Maybe.
Come here, baby. Come here.
Stormy.
She's using it as a screen. Look at that. She's like, you can't get past mommy. Come here. What do you got? Show me what you got. Show the entire world what you got, girl. What do you have? Is that a bird's nest?
They've been flying over here.
Let me see. Let go. Let it go. Drop it. Thank you. She wants that bird's nest. Come on, let it go. Drop it. Drop it. No, ma'am. We're not gonna do that. You wanna hold that for a second? No, ma'am. You drop it. Drop it.
Good girl.
No, you're not gonna have it now. Cause did y'all hear that little protesting growl? So now I'm gonna claim this. You don't get it. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry, but we're not doing that. I'm Alpha, okay? And if Alpha doesn't want you to have it, you're not gonna have it. Yes. Yeah, we're gonna throw it away. Actually, I'm gonna hold on to it because one of the issues with having big dogs is that you have to maintain your status as the alpha. I'm not being mean to her. I'm maintaining my status. So I'm gonna hold on to this, and she's gonna be okay with that. Hey, Stormalicious. She's kind of ignoring me with it. It's okay. But I'm going to hold on to this probably for the rest of this show, and I'm probably not going to let her have it because she's not going to get this impression that it's okay for her to tell Dad that she gets to have it and you don't get to take it away from me. Sorry, it doesn't work like that in my house. You have to maintain your alpha status when you're dealing with big dogs. If you do not take that alpha status, they will select an alpha. And if you have only a small frou-frou dog, hey sweetie, you gotta be careful. There are mosquitoes over here.
Okay.
I just saw them flying around. Come on, guys. Let's go. Let's get away from here. There's got to be some pocket of water or something that these mosquitoes are. But yeah, if you don't maintain that alpha
It's a
status,
pocket of water.
wife you sin. There's a big pocket of water. But if you don't maintain, look at that. See this, guys? You guys are not getting this. The storm messed up. She wanted to challenge me, and we're not doing that. We're not doing that, are we? That's right. So now they're in their best behavior. But anyways, you get what I'm saying. Let me see what the comments are saying. So sorry, uh, Dikshit, China Swami. Hello, this one for cooking or keeping pet. No, these are our pets. We don't eat our dogs or any dog that at least that I'm aware of. Reese Puffs, how you doing? Good to see you again. Don't eat my dogs. And then Lucky says dogs are as aggressive as their owner allows them to be. Lucky, yes, Lucky. That's some good dog owning, my guy. I appreciate you. Lucky said that Kane is beautiful. Thank you, Lucky.
I
Charles
bet.
Anderson, poor ears. Yeah, we could talk about that, Charles Anderson. But
You see,
Philly
she's
Phil,
sitting down. I don't know. I know you're responding to everybody, but she's sitting down. She's okay. She just didn't get her way.
yeah, no, I'm not playing those kind of games, guys. That's one thing you must maintain. You must maintain your alpha status. Can you imagine if this guy thinks he's alpha? He's big enough to terrorize the entire household. So one nice thing about being a big dog owner is it really teaches you to have leadership skills. If you are a weak leader, either don't get big dogs or learn or use as an opportunity to learn how to see. She keeps eyeing it. That's cool. You can eye it all you want, but you're not taking this from Alpha.
And the
I
thing about
may
it,
give it to you, but you're not doing that.
and to say like that respect is there. They won't take it from us. If you notice that she was still not being compliant, she didn't want to give it up, but they will not take stuff from us.
No,
So
because but we built that, right? That's not something that automatically happens. So don't assume that you can take a big 120-pound Rottweiler
and
and
stick
just
your
come
hand
in
in
and
his
do what I
mouth.
just did.
Don't stick your hand in their mouth. That if you haven't built that relationship,
That takes some time. It takes time for you to, establish that alpha position. But what you just saw was me reinforce that, right? And I'm still reinforcing it. I'm walking around with the very thing that she wants. Now she's pretending to ignore it, which is cool. I'm okay with that. But at the same time, she knows that she can't come and take it from me, and she certainly shouldn't have growled at me. It wasn't a real. It was the lightest growl I've ever heard.
I didn't hear it and I was 6 feet away.
Yeah, did you guys hear that? Juan Luciano, you're back. What's good? What's good, man? Good morning to you and those three cool dogs. Good morning, Juan. I've got 3 or 4 storylines going on. Wifey's here with me today, and Aubrey, what's going on? And so we got sidetracked big time because we had a moment where my Rottweiler decided that she wanted this bird's nest that fell from probably up in my shop up there, the top of my shop, and so I told her to drop it, and she looked at me like nope, and she's trying to avoid. She kept avoiding me, and then she finally decided that she was gonna tell me no, and I said, oh, okay, so it's time to stop being Mr. Nice Guy and show you who's alpha, and remind you who's alpha, not show you, right? Because this is not the first time we've had to establish dominance in our house. And so I'm using this as kind of somewhat of a just a kind of a example teaching moment that when you have these big dogs, they can't be treated like little bitty frou dogs like our little one over there is. You have to treat them slightly different, and you have to maintain that alpha dominance. Like this
I would
little,
argue that with the little one, you have to maintain. She's smaller, she's easier to control,
yeah,
but she's still a dog. And I would argue that you have to keep that respect. She tells him she's weighs what, a tenth of his size, but she told him to go away and he moved. Dogs do it among themselves. We're not. It's not a meanness or a cruelty. You're just making clear boundaries. And even with the little dogs, you have to let them know who's in charge and who's not, and what the expectations are. I
no,
work with children on the regular. Like that's my job, and you have to. Clarity is kind, letting them know clearly what's expected. is kindness, and letting the dogs know
Back.
what you expect is kindness. And so even with the little dog, you know, they have to know the status, the order, what's expected. And you know, what my husband is
So
doing right now in the video is he's showing that he can put it down and
that's
not have it
correct.
directly in his hand, but it's still under his control, and they have no access to it if he hasn't given them the go ahead to do so.
See, now he's laying down.
So
Yeah. So
that's
so
submission.
so this thing is incredibly stinky, by the way, guys, and my hands are nasty. But it's good because it's, you know, this is a valued object right now, you know, and you saw him try to come around the back once I laid it down and tried to get it, you know, and she's kind of keeping her distance. But anyways, so it's very, very small things like that that help you maintain a good household, good pack. And, you know, and some people may look at that and say, hey, you're being mean. And I understand that. But like Wifey was just saying, they do that in their own kind of dog world. You know, when the alpha person has something, the other ones can't access it until it's a language that they speak. But if you don't speak it with them, or if you say it the wrong way, you know, you can really have a terrible setup in your house, and you don't want that. So I know, guys, I'm sorry. This is a super important moment. That's why I haven't really been saying very much about the comments just yet. But I'll get back to you guys, I promise. And so yeah, so just want you guys to see how that whole thing happened impromptu, where Storm got that little bird's nest, and then she
And
told me
he knows
no.
the respect. She stayed the distance.
Yeah. Dookie Wipe said, drink pee to establish dominance. Drink some pee. Rain says, what?
Yeah.
Obi278 said, banana dog. Oh yeah, I guess he's a longer dog.
He is
And then
definitely.
Philly Phil Rockwalla. Oh, you saying Rottweiler? Yeah. Philly Phil, I have a little. So Philly Phil has a little Chihuahua. Aubrey DeLong says, sup. CZV, I've seen you before. Hey, what's going on? Just a YouTuber. Cute dogs. What breeds? Yay, just a YouTuber. So this is my Connie Corso, or our Connie Corso, because Wifey's here with me today. I keep saying my, but I'm not used to having two people on. And that's my Rottweiler. And then, baby, what are we calling Missy? Mr. Missy?
Puggle,
A Puggle?
Puggle, Peagle, somewhere in
Peagle.
there.
And Jenkins is back in the house. Man, you ghosted us last night, Jenkins. Duck was here and everything.
Not that he was
Nene.
keeping, not that he was taking attendance.
Say my name, Nene. How was that? Nick Her. You beat mine? You beat yours? So I'm assuming Nick Her is talking about maintaining dominance. And then Fatlum said Ariana. And then But Y says, oh, is it Nene or Nene? Sleeping Giant. Beautiful dogs. Thank you so much. Swifty says, Nick Her.
Good
You beat your
girl.
dog? Oh, you're
You
talking
need to
about
cut your
Nick
nails.
beating
They're
your dog. Yeah,
ridiculous.
you know, I don't know if he's beating them for like just in terms of like being mean, or he's meaning that he corrects them physically, offers negative correction. I don't know what they mean. You know how people are. They just say whatever sometimes. Jaden Pro, hey, what's going on? So back to what I was saying earlier, is that dominance thing is important. I can't stress that enough. As a matter of fact, let me talk about a little bit of what I saw from one of my friends' posts. I wish I could show you the photo. I don't want to definitely interfere with her privacy or anything like that. But and I don't know, did I show you that wifey? I showed you my neighbor back in Mississippi where her pit bull had turned on her.
We
So
talked about it.
okay, so guys, I woke up one morning and I saw this post, and I saw my friend back in Mississippi. Her face had like bruises, scars, and lacerations, was just completely destroyed. And she said her 6-year-old pit had turned on her. And it was disturbing. You know how when Facebook blocks out the image because it's so graphic, you know? Well, that took me. Hello from Bangladesh. What's going on in Bangladesh? Shamu? Is that how you say your name? Is that correct? So, wifey, we have someone from Bangladesh on.
Hi, welcome.
And anyway, and I went and told my friend at work about that too, because she has big dogs. I said, hey, this happened. And so we were both like, there's got to be more to the story. But I think you know, when you see that, you're like, okay, was it that your dog turned on you, or was there some mistakes made all along? Like, or were you alpha? Was your dog challenging you for alpha position? Because you never want to be in a position where you have a big, powerful dog who's challenging you for alpha. You know, that is the very reason why I've got this thing sitting there and I've got my dogs not paying attention to it because now I've
Well,
claimed
they
ownership.
know where it's at. They're
Well, yeah,
just not engaged. They're not
yeah,
grabbing
they,
it.
they know exactly where it's at, but they know that I am in possession of it and they are not allowed. So I am doing a subtle message to them.
And just to be clear, we're not blaming the person that got hurt. We are very, very sorry for your injuries. We're not blaming
Oh
that
yeah,
on
no, no,
you.
no, no,
It's
not at
just
all.
it's just the it's that attentiveness that you give and that reaction in the situation that you're watching. And a lot of times people don't know the mistakes. I mean, if I think about the first dog I ever owned versus where I'm at now, that there are a lot of things. There were a lot of things that I've learned that I wish I'd known with my first dog. I let him get away with murder. Basically, he didn't hurt anybody, but I just let him get away with everything because he was a cute little bitty dog. But there are things that I've learned since then that you can do to just keep order and keep. And the better you train your dog, the better pet it is for you. I think that's the part that people don't really understand. It's like you get out of this situation what you put into it. These are amazing dogs. You know, they get our love and attention, but part of what works for us is that it's just we have established the boundaries, we've established the rules, we have put into them, you know,
Hey,
and
hey,
they're
Alexander.
hey, and they're not. And granted, we didn't, you know, they're not like trained to the. I mean, there's still more training that we can do, but we definitely did the initial work to make sure that they are good pets. Good pets, good companions, good,
Nini. Is it Nini or Nene?
you know, just making sure that you do that. I hear people, we really appreciate the comments. I think that people keep commenting on the beauty of them, and I think they're really just speaking of their coats. A lot of that comes with how you take care of them, but it comes with what you feed them. Just to be very intentional about the food that you give them. You know, I know that for humans, like we're really intentional about the fats and the carbs. For the dogs, you're looking at the level of protein and the amount of protein in the first 3 or 4 ingredients in the if you give them traditional kibble. But even if you give them the refrigerated dog food or make the raw food themselves, you just have to be very intentional about what you're giving them because what goes into them is what you see on the outside.
And this is our older dog. She is 11 years slash 12 years. Storm is 3 years old, and he's a year and a half.
So, and you have to be, they all, I mean, and we spend the money on and I will tell you that the better quality dog food is going to cost you. It is definitely going to,
I gotta wash my hands.
it is going to cost you. And the thing about it is, she's walking over there. Sorry. All right. So I'm not normally in charge of filming, so please forgive me. But we spend the money on the dog food, the quality dog food, but I can tell you that they stay healthy and we don't have to do the expensive vet bills. I would rather spend the money every month on their food than have them. He's checking dad's over there cleaning his hands. He's checking dad out, just making sure everything's okay. But I'd rather spend the, sorry, I got sidetracked. But I'd rather spend the money on the food than have to go to the vet and
Two puppies,
pay
one
for
dog.
all these expensive medical bills. Because the thing about going to the vet is it's expensive anyway. But and we do have pet insurance, but the bigger the dog, the higher the bill. And maintaining, you know, maintaining their coats. Honey, you can pop in. I can't see the comments.
Oh,
So,
sorry. Well, right now, Draxman was asking about feeding them raw. It looks like we transitioned to food, but
yeah,
I did. We'll go back to finishing that story with the
the,
dog turning on my friend,
all right.
but it's okay.
The food because people keep commenting on what they look like.
Yeah, that's a huge
We
topic. I
we
mean,
don't.
a lot of people ask about food, and I always say, wait, I'll wait till wifey get on, and so then when wifey comes in, she can talk about food because she's big on making sure they have the right ratios of macro and micronutrients and things like that.
So we have considered raw food multiple times. Unfortunately our day-to-day schedule doesn't allow us to do raw food. We just don't have. I know that sounds well. You don't have time for raw food. We don't have time for raw food. So we do a.
And Jay Hoff, you're right about the nails, by the way.
Yeah, we're working.
We are working. This is way better than it was before, but we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Let me finish the food story.
So the thing about it is, we do the dry kibble. It's better for their teeth. It keeps them from getting the nasty those bacterias and all the teeth issues. We try to keep the wet food to a minimum, but it has worked. It gives them a healthy coat. It gives them, they feel full. I will say the higher protein food, just like with humans, the higher protein food, they don't need quite as much of it. Where the lower protein food, you're gonna be giving them 4 or 5 cups, especially at this size, 4 or 5 cups of food. We don't have to do that. We still feed them twice a day because most of that is based on the fact that our youngest dog still eats twice a day. When we get to the place where he's not needing it twice a day, we'll feed everybody what they need for the day once a day, but it just works out better.
Hey,
But
I would say your name, but I keep
don't
asking
want
you,
to
is it Nini or Nene? If you help me out, I'll say your name. Electric guy, English or Spanish? Podemos hablar un poquito en español,
Yo habla Spanglish.
podemos hablar un poquito.
Spanglish.
La mayoría del tiempo es en español, and in inglés, no en español, ¿sí? So, hey, that's as good. That's as best I can get, guys. I'm sorry. That may not have been the greatest
No,
Spanish.
Spanglish. But
Vivimos en Texas y
see,
tenemos muchos amigos que hablan totalmente en español. Y we try to help. We try to help communication by hablando en español también, pero es difícil. Los palabras
los palabras no
get hard, muy duro, ¿ok? You know?
pero pues habla en español también, pero no está todavía o todos los días o está,
Pero en su trabajo, sí.
sí, cada día los niños y sus padres.
Los niños, sí.
So,
So anyway, so guys, so I'm sorry about all the broken Spanish that we're trying to do, but we talk okayish. So Lexia said, shout out to everyone. What's going on? Let's go. What's the little black thing on the lawn? Oh, let's go. What's that little black thing? What is that little black thing? Let's go see. Jay Hoff said it's hard. Oh, seems like you trim and then keep come back real fast. Exactly. I find it best to take small amount around. Yeah, and that's exactly what we've been doing. Is kind of going a little bit at a time, and but she's not she's not really good with me letting her do that, and so I had to muzzle her. I mean, not that she would bite me, but I'm not taking any chances with that. The littles say Charlie, and then let's go Peritos, electric guy. And
wow.
then let's go Hot Texas. That's right. It is Hot Texas. Electric guy, those doggos cute. Let's
Thank
go
you.
muy bueno.
Gracias por toda.
Spanglish, exactly. That's exactly right. Spanglish. Let's go.
Habla en Spanglish.
Puppy face.
Um,
But he's
But
a good
no,
boy.
I would say that, I mean, we're not sponsored by any particular dog brand. I know what we've used that's worked really well. But we focus on the high protein foods. So it is definitely a blend. There's a blend of the Crave, the Royal Canin, the the Blue Wilderness, and the Purina. We just kind of make our own blend. So it's not a raw food diet, but we make our own blend. But we also address the needs. Like we said, the littlest one has been with us forever, and so she has a senior. Her kibble is based on a senior blend. Then our youngest baby, he has a junior blend because he's not really a puppy, but he's not really an adult, so he's got this junior blend. And then of course our Roddy has a large breed dog formula that supports her joints.
And I would love to do more of raw. I mean, that'd be great. And you were asking how old my dogs are. Yeah, so we've kind of mentioned that she's 3, 1.5, and then 11 years old. But I'd love to experiment with adding some more organ meats to their raw organ meats to their diet, and maybe even do some fresh vegetables, whole foods. I'd love to do that. I say that a lot on my live streams, but it's right now when you're still in the throes of kind of working life, we're not retired yet. We're still have very, very long days, very, very busy jobs. And so oftentimes we have to rely on the general wisdom of science and what they've developed with their kibble food. So to make sure they have consistent nutrition so they're not starving and they're not in need of anything particular, any micronutrient or macronutrient. Like Wifey was saying, we rely on like I said, the general wisdom of science and what they've made with their kibble. And when we take them to the vets will reinforce that, hey, the kibble is designed specifically to match all your dog's needs. Now, if you got designer dogs and you're trying to get that designer diet, I'm about it. Look, man, I know people who do full raw diets or blended, primarily raw with some kibble. But typically, those people have a little bit more time. So there's a Facebook, I keep saying Facebook, I'm old school, guys. There's a YouTube channel where it's called Rainstorm Samuel. It's very similar to ours, but that's one dog. Like this is Rain and this is Storm. That's why our channel is called Storm and Rain, because both of our dogs are named that. But their station is Rainstorm Samuel. And so she has a pit bull, and you should watch her make gourmet meals for her pit bull. She's cooking and she's putting in some fresh, all kinds of like eggs and things like that. Like it is impressive. She has like over 300,000 followers, subscribers, and but it seems like she's got a little bit, she's got a little bit more time. Make the dog jump on the water. It won't take very much for them to jump in the water. Here, come here. I'll show you. Come here, Stormy. You want to get in the water? Come in the water. Let's see if she does it. She may not do it, guys. You want to get in the water?
Go, Stormy.
Come here.
I think she's a little hesitant.
She didn't want to do it. Well, we tried.
I can try.
You want to get in there with her?
Not really, but I will.
Okay.
Oh man. Hey guys,
They love water.
Our Rottweiler loves water. Everybody else goes along with the plan. Well, the little one doesn't. She doesn't appreciate. Come here, Stormy.
Let's see if it works.
Come here, baby. So our pool has this little ledge. Oh my gosh, this water's cold.
Is it cold?
Yes. Come here. Come here, Mama.
There you have it.
And there they are.
Both of them actually in there.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, yes. So we've trained them to not go in there unless
they're invited.
So we discourage them jumping in when we're not here. So
that's for their safety.
It's for their safety, but also, dogs will change the chemistry of your pool by, putting all their stuff in their body, all the whatever's
She's
in
not
their fur
interested in
coats.
swimming. She can swim.
Yes, we're not swimming just yet. I'm surprised he's still in the water. He's typically not hanging out in the water.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, Jax the gamer.
So he's
that's our big dogs in water.
So we're
Jenkins,
clearly
you're back,
open
buddy.
to requests, but she's good. Hey, Mama. Hey, Mama.
What's going on, Jenkins?
Yes, Mama.
We missed you last night, man. Duck was here. Duck had it going on. I hate that it was such a short video and didn't have enough time, and it was getting dark outside. So We were looking for you.
So
Big
our
Gerald.
little dog is not crazy. She has no interest in getting in this water.
So Big Gerald asked English or Spanish. Hey, we talked a little Spanish earlier, so I think we've used all our Spanish words.
Ah,
¿Tienes más en el español o completamente en el inglés o
dependiente
no?
en la pregunta.
Okay, okay.
A
I don't know if you.
veces habla en español,
A veces,
dependiente.
hey, look, we're not natives. We're not native Spanish speakers. Okay, so I was born here in America, and my family is from the United States. So that what you hear us is what we learn from our American school systems and our friends.
Team, I know
So,
that I need to go inside and dry off now. So I'm
oh,
like, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for all the support and all the love. Please keep sending your questions. We'd love to just share. We are not professional dog trainers, but we love our dogs. We would love to just share our experience and what we've learned along the way with you.
all right, thanks, wife, for hanging out with us and jumping in the pool and all that good stuff. It was a lot of fun. Thank you, sweetie. Okay. So the real trick is how do we keep the dogs out while you go inside? Fry said, "I love your dog." And then let's see, Casio Ali says, "I am gay." Okay, awesome. And then Jenkins face palms. Yeah, because of you mean duck or what do you mean by what's the face palm for? And Jack said he would donate for the pool thing, but I don't see anything. But okay, that's all right. They had fun anyway. One of the reasons they want to go in is just kind of getting that Texas heat is starting to kick in. You can't go in, buddy. We'll let little Missy go in though. She's probably had enough of this. But anyways, I did want to go back to the story I was talking about earlier. So if you guys kind of missed the story that I was talking about earlier, is one of my friends in Mississippi, and her dog turned on. They're like, "Oh my God, we're in jail." They kind of turned on her and mauled her face, y'all. Mauled her face. I was so shocked. And and we were talking about dominance. Like, if you have big dogs like that, you got to be careful that you don't maintain that. You've got to maintain dominance in your pack because if you're not alpha, they will take that position. And if you try to challenge them, they will challenge you. They're like, oh, if you're another member of the pack, if you're just another member and your position is up for debate, it's it's up for debate whether or not you're actually alpha. You know, my dogs understand that there is no debate. There's no debate who's alpha here. And you know, I joke all the time on this channel that the little small one is the alpha. I'm like, the little small, and she is in the doggy world. She is alpha. Okay, alpha to these two, but she's not alpha to me. I'm the human alpha, right? So I'm the real alpha of the entire pack in the house. And another important point, you know, it seems natural to me at this point. You know, that's why I'm trying to verbalize what I mean when I say I'm the alpha, because there are things that I do that people may get a little bit, you know, perturbed at. They're like, a little sensitive about. I understand, and I do everything I do. I try not to hurt my dogs. I am not about abusing animals at all, but I am about making sure that you are doing the right thing. Because if you're not maintaining alpha, that's unsafe. It's unsafe for your dogs. It's unsafe for you. It's unsafe for your family. And so, as the pack leader, thank you, Draxman. Yes, as the pack leader, the other thing that I do is I assign leadership to the rest of my family. So, my wife is a alpha. My daughter is an alpha. All those people, that matters, because if you don't train your dogs to that all the humans in the house are alpha as well, they will. There are all kinds of bugs out here. They will like dominate your family members. So you have to advocate for them by saying, "Oh, actually, it's not just daddy. Mommy's also alpha, and little baby girl is alpha too." That's how you keep your family safe, so that they don't like, you know. And then even when family members come over, I I don't know if it's instinctual or if it's just reflexively, I make sure that my dogs are obeying other family members when they come to visit, because they'll treat them like another dog, come and visit. And I'm like, nope, grandma's not another dog. You know, my sister-in-law is not just another dog. You know, they're part of the human alpha group. And so, oh, look at him watering the plants. That's so sweet. Oh, look at you, big boy. But you have to maintain alpha. So I don't know if that's what happened with my friend or not. I don't know if she had that a million questions when she's trying to recover. She had plastic surgery. You can tell this is not the time to be analyzing, because everyone wants to prevent that from happening. But, as far as I can tell, you know, I think one of the, hey, get out of there, boy, get out of there. One of the main things you have to do is make sure that they don't have psychological dominance in your house. They don't feel like, hey, you're just another dog in the house, and at any moment I'm going to take over as leader, as pack leader. No, 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 no. Thanks, Jenkins. I appreciate it. 16,000. Yes, yes. We're moving up a little bit. We're moving up. We're moving up. Yeah, we're enjoying it. The live streams are fun, but I think we need to start doing more just regular videos to help with the kind of the watch hours, because they don't. It seems to me that they're not giving us much credit for like the live stream that we're doing now. They don't really give me a lot of credit for it. It seems like when I finish the stream, it'll be like, oh, 33 hours of watch time, and then when it gets published, they only count what people watch after. So like I'm doing this because I enjoy. I think she's got to poop, guys. Yep, I knew it. But I enjoy interacting with people, especially from people from all over the world, and it's just a cool experience for me. And I like asking questions to, because a lot of people that are coming on are actually expert dog trainers. So getting their opinions and making this a richer experience, even for me. So I appreciate that. So grandma's the pack leader. Giovanni Campus says grandma's the pack. Yes, exactly. They all have to be pack leaders. Everyone in my house has to be a pack leader, because if not, they will treat my family members like another dog. Like, you move out the couch so I can sit down. Like, nope, I'm sorry, grandma takes precedence over you, you know? So it's important. I have to see you tomorrow. All right, Jenkins, nice. Thanks for jumping in, man. Thanks for this encouragement. Good luck on your station. If y'all like gaming, go check out Jenkins. He's a cool little guy, man. Um, Judy, how are they? Hey, Judy, nice to see you. So this is my 3-year-old Rottweiler and my year and a half old Connie Corso. So we were been talking about dominance, and yeah. So these two, they go at it to, like, dog, like, who's really alpha? Is it her? Is it him? And she has a very dominant personality, has always had a dominant personality from the moment that we brought her home. This female Rottweiler, and I've done some longer videos talking about this, he was going to be no matter what we did. We had 2 Rottweilers at the time. I have one of those. Like, I had the same breed. Yeah, cool. Like, Rottweilers or Cane Corso, which one? And so her brother, man, he was and again, y'all know me, when I start talking about my male Rottweiler, her brother, I'm still crushed. We lost him. It's been several years now, and I am literally still crushed. I don't even know if I can say his name without this one to cry. But anyways, for the sake of the story that I'm trying to tell, she would try her best to dominate him at everything. This girl, I mean, you don't know how many days I was like, Storm, cut it out. Storm, leave him alone. Storm. Like, I'm just yelling, and I'm like whipping her on her hiney like this, get swatting that booty like that. I tried so many different things, treats, but it was her nature. She's like, oh, I'm gonna be the first one. I'm gonna be, my brother's not gonna, and she would just like, yank him around, and I had to come in there and jump in there and stop Storm, leave him alone, you know. So all her puppy life, I was trying my best to calm her down. But you know what? After years, you realize this girl, you know, some of it she's not really trying to hurt him. It's more of like that's kind of her like I'm gonna be the first one. Like even when I'm walking both of these, right? And I got him by my side, and I have her next to me like this. Like, okay, we're walking. Well, you know how with the heel position, you want her to kind of stay behind me, right? But this girl will edge up. I have to constantly remind her, and don't let him get in the lead for any amount of time. She can't take it. She's got to move and be in the front, and I have to correct her. So that's just who she is. She just has a very dominant personality, but very different from him. He's pretty cool. He's pretty chill. He's bigger than she is, but he doesn't have to always be first or whatever. But here's the thing: he's a male. He's a year and a half. He's got them hormones running through his veins. He wants to. He got some muscle, and he's bigger than her. He's definitely got more muscle, a lot stronger than her. But her mentality is, I'm bigger, right? So a lot of the videos that you see where they're having dominance versus play, I think she's trying to maintain her dominance. Like, hey, I'm still next, and he's kind of like, well, it's kind of up for debate, because I'm a pretty big solid dude. You know, I got some muscle. I've got a lot of energy. So I think thank you, Robert. I appreciate you. Oh my goodness, those dogs are gorgeous. Thank you, Random and copyright. Pit rock mix rock coat with the pit head was a beauty. Oh wow, cool. Um, yeah, some of those mixes out there, man, they're pretty cool, man. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but yeah, so these two they are actually kind of trying to establish the next in the order. I do my best to referee them so that they don't cause and they don't when they bite each other, they're not really truly putting down like their full like you understand when a dog really bites down, like they when they're intentionally trying to bite you, I mean they have those canine teeth and they will sink into your flesh. I mean, let me show you. Look at this guy's teeth. Come here, big boy. Let me see your teeth. Look at this. Oh, you got some tartar on your teeth, boy. But you see those things will, if he was really trying to do damage, those big teeth will just go sink right into your flesh. So so whenever they're doing that little dominance play or whatever we like to call it, they're not truly sinking their teeth into. Let me see your baby. Let me check your teeth. Your teeth good? Yeah, your teeth are nice. We gotta work on brother man's teeth. He needs to start brushing his teeth more often. But yeah, they're not truly biting down with all force. Now, is she yanking on his neck and she pulling his skin and is she growling and making a bunch of noise? Of course she is. But that's kind of her personality, you know. So I have a high threshold before when I kind of jump in and make them stop, because some of it is just letting them express themselves, and that's the reason why we got a bigger dog. When we lost her brother, you know, he was y'all don't understand. He, you know, people make fun of Storm all the time for her smaller smaller head, but you know, her brother had this beautiful Rottweiler. See, this is more of that dominant stuff. See, he's kind of, and she's not, and see, he's weighs so much more than she does. She has to fall down, but then she goes and like, this is what I was talking about. You see how she's pulling on his skin? You know, she's not really sinking her teeth all the way in there, but she's latching hold to it, you know. So for them, it's still play. And that's where I've kind of increased my threshold. Like even that was like a lot of that's fanfare, you know. I don't get too, nobody's hackles are up right now. So, and that's where there's like some miscommunication. I think when other people watch that, they get a little bit scared, especially if they never see. Now, I do stop her sometime when she pulls excessively, because I just don't want him, because it can cause scars. Even though she's not maybe biting down with 100% force, she's not really causing any, I don't want her to cause any scars. So sometimes I do kind of like step in like, hey, Storm, you know, you see what I'm saying? And just kind of break it up like that. But a lot of what you're seeing now is just, that's just them playing. And he's enjoying it, you see? He's like, let me have some more. And she's kind of, she seems fairly okay with it. fun fact, whenever they're playing, you have to teach them to respect you because they get bogged down into or they're getting in the middle of their playing, they're not paying attention to you, and they'll slam right into you just like they almost did. So I kind of reflexively stuck my knee out to kind of buttress myself, but yeah, they're just in the zone. So yeah, so some people are commenting that their dogs always fight. You know, that word fight, when you're on the internet, that could mean a lot of things. And then I think in our case, we mean that we're playing. Again, that's their that neck pull that she does. See how she lets go. She, that's loud, but then she runs off with the zoomies. So they're actually playing. Raw. Oh, somebody said, "Oh, how are you doing today, Robert Daly?" Are you talking to me, Robert Bailey? Rotties are always excessively vocal. Yes, they are, and they love showing teeth, making them look scary. That's exactly right. AS1254. That's exactly right. Yeah, we're doing great, man. It's Sunday morning. It's getting a little bit warm right now, and so the dog's been primarily laying around most of the show. I say show, but most of the live stream they've been laying down. Now they finally decided to play. But this is them, man. See how much taller he is compared to her. So when, hey, what's going on, Jenkins? You're back, man. But that whole movement there is offensive to her. You can see she doesn't appreciate that. And now she raised her voice, saying, "Don't put your arm on me." But clearly he's bigger, but he putting his head over her like that is saying, "I'm more dominant." You know, and she's saying, "No, you're not." And she comes back at him like, "Oh, you better not. You're not dominant. I'm dominant." So she's trying to make him make him realize, yeah. But if he doesn't take heed, then I think she may get too high up, too what's the word I'm looking for? Too aggressive with him to really make him stop. So they did the trick for now. Yes, I agree with the neck pulling. That's more of an advantage. Like she used that as some sort of like, he's bigger than me. I need to find a way to outperform, and the best I can do is grab hold to that neck. And he's got so much neck skin. He's got plenty to grab hold to. It's easy to grab. Good catch. I say I'm lit. My dog and cat get along here. That's good news. I'm glad to see that. To cat, too cute. Oh, thanks. Appreciate you. But yeah, that's how they interact a lot. No, no, no. Guster, Guster the second, I guess. The dogs know each other. I mean, she has been my dog since what 4 months when we brought her home as a pup, and we brought him home as what 4 or 5 months as well. And so they've kind of he's grown up with her. So what you just saw is that's been going on for years, and that's again this is one of the main reasons why I even have the channel is because I'm trying to demonstrate the difference between a dog fight or a Michael Vick situation and a dog owner who's just trying his best to make sure that they have playtime and they have what they need to live balanced lives. And so, I could be out here yelling all day with some people that are used to smaller dogs and are not used to bigger dogs or don't understand the growling nature or of a Rottweiler or kind of the more vocal nature of a Rottweiler. If you don't see it in a positive light, if you think it's all terrible, then it may be good for you to tune in and watch some people that have dogs like this, and so that you can see, hey, what is considered, at least what I consider to be just play, and what's considered too much, or when it crosses that line where she's serious and then she's going to actually bite him and cause, draw blood. And that's what we don't. We want to make sure that they maintain that line. And for the most part, I've really never seen her go beyond a certain level. Now I'm sure she's nipped at him to like, she's like, listen, I'm serious this time, leave me alone. So I'm sure she's offered him correction, but she generally doesn't just haul off and just bites him and causes flesh to fall off. I mean, he does have like I said, there's occasional like scars from her nip for pulling on her skin like that, but you don't see any major scars, right? I mean, these two have been living together for years, and you would think if she was actually coming at him and really just biting him and just mistreating, and we got basically a dog ring set up out here, you would have a lot more scars and stuff like that. But my dogs are really clean, you know and they're doing well. I let them play. I increased my threshold. Again, they're not little frou dogs. When we had Missy only, Missy was small, so I didn't have all this, and I didn't have all those situations where I'm concerned whether the dogs were going to hurt each other because she was so tiny. And a lot of people have that in their mind. They're like, "Oh, why are you letting your dogs, you know, why are you letting your dogs fight and kill each other? You're just a terrible owner. You need to be sent to prison." And and you're like, "Okay, come watch the show." Just like I told that guy, I don't know if he even showed up on the live stream or not, but there's a guy this morning was so concerned. He was overly concerned that some young kid from the community was gonna get a ball in our yard, and oh, what am I gonna do when my dogs are gonna just maul this poor child? And I'm like, dude, watch my streams a little bit so I can show you my perimeter fence. Oh, by the way, I have an inner fence here, so I have a video, guys. It's 5 million views, which I'm so like beyond my expectations. I would have never believed that video from 6 months ago was gonna get 5 million views. Thank you guys. If you gave me any watches or any views to that, thank you for watching that. But one of the questions that keeps coming up is, why is that dog loose and the other one's behind the fence? Because I got an inner fence and I got a bigger fence. you know, I know people on the internet. I shouldn't be so. Kiara, you're back. Nice to see you. I say hi. I'm squeezing my chair because they're too cute. Oh, Jenkins, the sibling bond. That's correct. They have that sibling bond. But yeah. So you people have a lot to say, but they don't stick around to hear the rest of it. Most of the videos that I have on the shorts, they are shorts. And what does shorts mean? Shorts means I only have 1 minute or less. And typically, most people say the first 14 seconds is all really you get before they're done with you, right? And so you're not going to see the full story, but you may see enough to make you want to stick around. I mean, I'm not trying to have a 0 or 10 people stay. I mean, I want people to see this. So it is going to be the highlights of their fights. And I say fight, but I mean play. The highlights of their playtime, the highlights that look like they're having you're not going to get all the long drawn out explanation of the fence line and all the things that I do to protect my dogs and make sure my dogs are safe. It's hard to raise a big dog properly. Always wanted one, but I'm afraid that I could get. Yeah, and that's a good thing that you. Is your name Guster? Guster the second? Yeah, having a healthy sense of like, hey, is it okay for me to have dogs or not? Is a good thing, because if you don't have everything that you need to take care of your dog properly, you could run into a problem. And like I said, when we bought this house, the first thing we had to do was make sure that our dogs could not get free to the rest of the community, because the last thing you need is your dog biting somebody that's walking by or running by. And since I already know the nature of my Rottweiler, at that time when we moved in, she was already over a year old. So, you have to be cognizant of what you need to do to make sure that you not only protect your dogs, but don't put them in a situation where they can cause problems for themselves or for you as an owner. So, come here, baby. She wants to go run, but I'm not gonna let her run. But so he's over there. I know doesn't seem fair, but she's been getting into a lot of trouble. He has too, from going to that fence line. But anyway, you're right. You want to be very, very cautious before you get big breeds, and a lot of it is just an issue of time. Do you have time to devote to your dogs? And we are pressed for time, so the way we've handled that is we've had to hire people to help us bridge those gaps. So we're thankful that we're fortunate to be in a position to be able to do that, because it's not cheap, guys. I mean, it is not cheap having a babysitter every single day that understands dogs, understands animals, that can come in and assist you. But we were fortunate enough. I mean, we still work. We work for it. It's not that I'm not saying we're not like we don't come from money, where people just hand us things from family. We do earn it. However, we do spend it on our dogs. And if you're not prepared to kind of go, if you don't have it where you can be around with enough for your dog, you may have to use money to hire somebody. I appreciate you saying the dog is cute. And so that's what we've done. So she comes in twice a day and checks out our dogs. She plays with the dogs. She makes sure everything's safe with them, make sure that they have no lesions or anything. And she's an awesome, great resource for us. And hopefully one day, especially as he gets older and I can trust him a little bit more. I mean, she's fine. Her, Storm and Missy, those two are great, and they've been, I don't know, they've been kind of independent for a very long time. If I just had those two, I could probably leave them in the house for 12 hours straight and everything would be okay. Nobody would, maybe the little one would have to go to the bathroom. And so that would be the only thing with that. But my Cane Corso, he's still kind of coming out of his puppy years, and he has a lot of energy, so he needs some playtime and interaction. So it really helps to have her come. You can see him right now. He's just having a blast, running along the fence line. But going back to what I was saying earlier about making sure you have everything you need, you may not can tell from here, but I've had to do some modifications to that fence line because my neighbor was kind of complaining that my Cane Corso, Kira, I have 3 dogs. I thought you've seen them before. Your dog is so preppy. Thank you. I'm saying I'm lit says I used to have a pit bull and his name was Bo, and we sold him because he kept pooping, and it was my dad that wanted to sell him, but I didn't want to sell him. Yeah, I mean, there's the things that, okay, so she's sneaking around. She's like, I want to go run. Daddy's not letting me go, but I'm going to see if I can sneak around. Yeah, see, I knew she wanted to go run. So I'm actually going to stop him because I don't really want my neighbors to come out and get all upset right now. But yeah, they love it. They love it. So. But yeah, you can, so here's what I was talking about, modification to the fence line here. You see this cattle panel? Hey, this modification here, that's just create a little bit of separation so that my dogs don't interact with the neighbor or bite him or anything. So, but yeah, so that modification, and I think it's worked out very well. They seem to respect it. So, like over there, it's hot. Go get in the shade. Go get in the shade. Come on, Stormalicious. So see how she's really like contrite because she's like, well, okay, Daddy, I don't want to get in trouble. And then he's over here just kind of like over there, buddy. Go put him in the shade. They love it. They absolutely love the run. I mean, my Rottweiler, she has been kind of a runner ever since we brought her home. And very unusual. Most you don't see Rottweilers wanting to run for distances and run fast, but this girl here, she act like she's a Doberman or something. Just wants to just sprint, like just go crazy. So they're getting warm. So guys, I think I've been streaming for, how long has this stream been? Over an hour, hour and a half, almost 2 hours, guys. So I know there's more people coming in to talk and say hello. Thank y'all for coming in and saying hello. Thanks for the hearts. Thank you. And thank you for all the thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. We're doing so fantastic with the thumbs up. We went from like having 1 or 2 thumbs up to now we're up to like 14. So thank y'all for your support. I really do appreciate you. Thank you for subbing, all y'all. Thank y'all for loving my dogs. Thank you for the promised but didn't come through donations. It's okay. It's so fine. It's fine. But we enjoy being out here. We enjoy hanging out with you guys. And if you have any questions, please check out this. Thank you so much, Guster. I'm having trouble saying your name because I don't know if those I's are part of your name or if they're just Guster the second. But thank you so much for joining us and spending the morning, Sunday morning with us. They're tired, they're ready to go in, and they're ready to get some water and eat breakfast. So thank y'all for coming in. If you can, come check this video out once it's been published. And if you have more questions, I will more than likely answer your question, especially on the live streams. It's some of those larger viewing, like the ones that got millions of views. I typically have so many comments that I can't keep up with those. But on these smaller ones, uh, Tito Jackson, don't start no mess. Tito, I'm trying to close this stream down. You talk about you stole my dogs. Cool, man. I'm trying to shut this down. Wifey's also waiting for me to go to breakfast, by the way, guys. So I can't, you saw her leave earlier, so I can't keep wifey, can't keep her waiting. You know what I'm saying? So, and more comments. Yeah, that's the type my dog cousin has, and it's too fast because every time we play with him, I go over there. We might like standing outside and running around in classes. Yeah, yeah. So some dogs just have way more just zoomy issues, and so she's as a Rottweiler. I'm really surprised the amount of zoomies this girl tends to have. He's zoomy because he's still kind of a puppy. So, but yeah, bro, go. I know, Tito. My wife is waiting for me. So see you. Uh, see why mate. Oh, see you, mate. Yes, see you later, man. Y'all have a wonderful Sunday. I'm gonna do my best to stream on the evenings when I come home for work this coming up week. So if y'all missed anything or want to try to interact with us live, or if you wanted to pet my dogs live, you're more than welcome to. Obviously through me. So when is your next stream? So like I was saying, I'm gonna do my best. I can't make any promise. You know what? I'm gonna make a promise to you guys. I'm gonna stream tomorrow after work. When I get home, probably about 7 o'clock when it starts to get cool. I'm gonna try my best to stream tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh my God, Central Standard Time, Chicago Standard Time, whatever time zone it is. That's when I'll be streaming. So if you guys are around and still have more questions that I missed you guys or missed your question from this stream, jump on. We can talk then. And if that doesn't work, if y'all can't meet me throughout the week coming up, next weekend I should be here in town and we can do the same thing. Usually I try to do a Saturday morning and a Sunday morning before we go to breakfast. That seems to be working for us. And we start anywhere between 8:30 and 9. So my dog says that Storm and Rain says that they love y'all. You have a wonderful day. Stay cool if you're in a hot climate. Stay warm if you're in a cold climate. Thank y'all for watching. So yeah, did you catch that? When my next stream is tomorrow, I'm gonna shoot for tomorrow at 7 Central Standard Time. Are your dogs gay? Man, you guys keep saying these comments, right? You see, I'm trying my best to. Your dogs look gay. I've got a couple photos I'd like to show you about how gay my dogs look. If you got that kind of mentality right now. Bye, guys.